Sum adds numbers. Type equals sum. Select cells you want to sum and hit enter. Average the mean of a set of numbers. Returns the average of the values in C3 and C6. Minimum finds the smallest value in a range. Maximum finds the largest value in a range. Count counts the number of numeric values in a range. CountA counts all non-blank cells in a range, includes numbers, text, and formulas. CountBlank counts the number of blank cells in a range. Returns the count of empty cells. Round rounds a number to a specified number of digits. For example, if you type 2, your number will be rounded to 2 decimal places. RoundUp. Enter a number in specified decimal places. Excel always rounds up. RoundDown always rounds a number down to the nearest digit. Rank.EQ ranks a number's position in a list. Select the first player's goals. Then select the range for all players' goals, and add $signs by pressing F4 to lock the range, because this ensures the reference doesn't change when you copy the formula down the column. Hit enter, and you will see the rank for the selected player. Median finds the middle number in the range. Mode.Sngl finds the most frequently occurring value in a dataset. Select a range, and Excel returns the most common value. Product multiplies numbers in a range. Select the numbers to multiply, and Excel calculates the product. ABS returns the absolute value of a number, removes any negative sign, for example converts -1 to 1. SQRT. Enter a number or cell reference, and Excel calculates the square root of a number. Power raises a number to a power. Specify a base and exponent. For example, if you type 4 as the base and 2 as the exponent, the result will be 16 because 4 multiplied by 4 equals 16. Truncates a number to an integer by removing decimals. Select a number, and Excel removes the decimal part. Rand generates a random decimal number between 0 and 1. Use the formula, and Excel creates a random value each time it recalculates. Select cells and press F9 and Excel will generate new numbers. This function returns a random whole number between two values. Specify a minimum and maximum value. Excel generates a random integer in that range. Concat combines multiple text strings into one. If you want a space between the strings, include quotes with the space. Text join joins multiple text values with a specified delimiter. Specify a delimiter, a comma or space, choose the cells to join, and decide whether to ignore empty cells. This function splits text into rows or columns based on a specified delimiter. Choose a column delimiter, like a comma, to separate the text. Left. Enter the text or cell reference, and specify how many characters to extract from the left. Right. Enter the text or cell reference, and specify how many characters to extract from the right. This function extracts characters from the middle of a text string. Specify the starting position and the number of characters to extract. This function returns the length of a text string, including spaces. Enter a text string or cell reference, and Excel counts the total number of characters. Trim removes all extra spaces from text, leaving only single spaces between words. Enter a text string or cell reference, and Excel cleans up any extra spaces. Upper converts all letters in a text string to uppercase. Lower converts all letters in a text string to lowercase. Proper capitalizes the first letter of each word in a text string. Enter the text or cell reference, and Excel capitalizes each word. Replace replaces part of a text string with another text string based on position. Specify the starting position, number of characters to replace, and the new text. Substitute replaces occurrences of one text string with another. You have a text string that contains dashes. Select the cell containing the dash, then in quotes, type the dash, and in another set of quotes, type a space, if you want to replace dashes with spaces. Text formats numbers as text in a specified format. Specify the number and format code. Format dates, currencies, or percentages for display. Find finds the position of a substring within a text string. It is case sensitive, meaning it will only match the exact casing of the letters. Search. This one is case insensitive, which means it does not differentiate between uppercase and lowercase letters. Since find is case sensitive, it will locate the exact match for small e at position 4. Search is case insensitive, it will treat big E and small e as the same, so it is on position 1. If performs a logical test and returns one value for true and another for false. For example, we can type formula like if value 1 is larger than value 2. If it's true, then in quotes type answer like value 1 is larger. If not true, then value 2 is larger. Try changing the values in A4 and B4 to see how the result updates dynamically. If error returns a specified value if a formula results in an error. Enter a formula and a fallback value to display in case of an error. You're using VLOOKUP to search for values, but some lookup values don't exist in the table. Instead of showing this error, you want to display a custom message like not found. Use the following formula in the VLOOKUP result column. True returns the logical value true. False returns the logical value false. For example, you can use these values with the if function. And returns true if all conditions are true, otherwise false. Specify multiple conditions, and Excel evaluates them together. Or returns true if at least one condition is true, otherwise false. So only one condition needs to be true for the result to be true. not reverses the result of a logical condition. Enter a condition, and Excel returns the opposite result. XOR returns true if only one of the conditions is true, but false if both are true or both are false. This function checks multiple conditions and returns a value corresponding to the first condition that evaluates to true. It's a cleaner alternative to using multiple nested if statements. So let's say if you want mark A, you need to have score higher than 90. Use this formula. Switch matches a value against a list of options and returns the corresponding result. You have codes from 1 to 5, and you want to return the corresponding day of the week. If no match is found, we can type in return like invalid code. isNumber checks if a value is a number and returns true if it is, otherwise false. isText checks if a value is text and returns true if it is, otherwise false. isBlank checks if a cell is empty and returns true if it is, otherwise false. isError checks if a value or formula results in an error, and returns true if it does. Lookup function searches for a value in the first row of a table horizontally, and returns a value from a specified row in the same column. Find the price of cherry, that's value to search for in the first row. B2 and D4 is range of the table. Number 2 means row 2, so price of cherry. False ensures an exact match. VLOOKUP function searches for a value in the first column of a table vertically, and returns a value in the same row from a specified column. Select value to search for, then range where to search, column number, and false for an exact match. Index function returns the value of a cell within a specified range, based on row and column numbers. Select the range of cells to search, the row number of the value you want, and the column number of the value you want. Match function returns the relative position of a value in a row, column, or table. Select value you want to find. Then range of cells to search in, and match type 0 finds an exact match. XLOOKUP function searches for a value in a range and returns a corresponding value from another range. Select value you want to search for. The range where the lookup value is searched. The range from which the corresponding value is returned. The offset function returns a reference to a range that is a specified number of rows and columns away from a starting point. Reference is starting cell or range. Number of rows to move from the starting reference. Number of columns to move from the starting reference. The choose function selects a value or action from a list based on an index number you specify. Index number determines which value to return from the list. Next, enter the list of values in the desired order. If I type number 1 in C2, Excel should return excellent. If the index number is not between 1 and 5, Excel returns an error. Column function returns the column number of a specified cell. If I type this in column B, it will return 2 because it's second column. Columns function returns the number of columns in a specified range. I selected 3 columns, so result is 3. Row returns the row number of a specified cell. Select cell or range for which you want the row number. Rows returns the number of rows in a specified range. Hyperlink function allows you to create clickable links in Excel that navigate to a specific web page, file, or location in the workbook. Type this formula to link sheet in the workbook. A clickable link labeled Go to Sheet 1 that navigates to cell A1 in Sheet 1. Use this formula to make link to a website. Formula text function returns the formula as text from a specified cell. This is useful for auditing, displaying, or documenting formulas in Excel. Just select cell where was formula used. Sequence function generates an array of sequential numbers, either in rows, columns, or both. Choose number of rows for the sequence. The number of columns for the sequence. Starting number of the sequence. An increment between each number, default is number 1. The transpose function flips the orientation of a range of cells in Excel. It converts rows to columns and columns to rows. Type equals transpose, select your data, and Excel converts their orientation. The sort function arranges data in ascending or descending order based on a specified column or row. Select range of data to sort. The column or row number to sort by, default is the first column or row, so if I type number 2, data gonna be sorted by second column. You can type 1 for ascending, -1 for descending. Filter function extracts data that meets specific criteria. Select range of data to filter, then logical expression that defines which data to include. And the value to return if no data meets the criteria, but this is optional. You have a list of products and sales, and you want to display only one category, or only products with sales bigger than 400. The unique function extracts unique values from a range. The function scans the range and identifies all unique department names. Duplicate entries are removed from the list. If you type true, filter return items that appear only once in the dataset. The today function returns the current date, automatically updating every time the workbook is opened or recalculated. Now function returns the current date and time. The date function creates a date based on the year, month, and day you specify. The date value function converts a date stored as text into an actual Excel date value. Excel returns the date as a serial number which corresponds to December 28, 2024. Time function creates a time value from specified hour, minute, and second inputs. It's useful for constructing or manipulating time values in Excel. Time value converts a time stored as text into an actual Excel time value, allowing you to perform calculations or formatting with it. Day extracts the day of the month from a given date. Month extracts the month number from a given date. Year extracts the year from a given date. This formula returns the day of the week as a number, where Sunday is 1 by default. This one returns the week number of a given date, with weeks starting on Sunday by default. Hour extracts the hour from a given time. Minute extracts the minutes, and second extracts seconds. Network days calculates the number of working days between two dates. Select starting date, then ending date, and you can also select range of dates to exclude as holidays. The PMT function calculates the payment for a loan based on constant payments and a constant interest rate. First, we need to select our rate, and we need to divide annual rate by 12 months. Then we select total number of payment periods, so 25 years, and multiply it by 12. Next, we select present value or the loan amount. And then hit enter, and Excel will calculate our monthly payment. I'm going to show you how to use the NPV function in Excel to calculate the net present value for a real-life example. We'll analyze cash flows over 10 years to determine if an investment is worth it. The discount rate, return of requirement, is set to 10%. Click on a blank cell where you want the result. Enter the formula equals NPV. Firstly, select rate, which is in our example 10%, then range of cash flows over 10 years. Press enter, and Excel will calculate the NPV for these cash flows. NPV is all about the time value of money. This principle tells us that money today is worth more than the same amount in the future because it can be invested to earn returns. The internal rate of return is expressed as a percentage and shows the expected annualized return on an investment. For this example, let's assume our project required an initial investment of 10,000 euros, which is recorded as a negative cash flow. In the following years, we had actual cash inflows. Select an empty cell and type equals IRR, then select range of cells containing your cash flows. Press enter, and Excel will return a percentage. This percentage tells us the annualized rate of return for the investment. I'm going to show you how to use the FV function in Excel to calculate the future value of your investments. Initial investment, this is the starting amount you invest. Interest rate 6% annually. Monthly payment, the regular monthly payment you make into the investment. For this example, it's 100 euros. Months, 96, the total number of periods for which you will make these payments. To calculate the future value in Excel, use the FV function with the following formula. First, rate is interest rate per period. In this case, for monthly compounding, you would use 6%/12 months. NPR, the total number of payment periods, which is 96 months. PMT is payment amount per period, which is -100. Use a negative sign because it represents an outflow of money. PV, the present value, or initial investment, which is -25,000, negative because it's an outgoing payment. Type is timing of the payment, which defaults to 0 for the end of the period, but can be set to 1 for the beginning. As a result, we received amount of money we would have after 96 months. I'll show you how to use Excel's PV function to find the current value of a future amount. It calculates how much money you need now to reach a certain amount in the future, considering an interest rate and time period. Type equals PV, then select the cell containing rate. Next, enter the total number of periods, for example 5 if you're calculating over 5 years. If you have a regular payment each period, enter it as a negative value, or 0 if there's no recurring payment. Finally, enter the future value, such as 10,000. Excel returns a negative value, meaning you need about 7,472 euros today to reach 10,000 euros in 5 years. We'll learn how to calculate sum of years digits depreciation in Excel. This is a method used to calculate depreciation where assets lose more value in earlier years compared to later ones. Let's go through an example to see how it works. Cost is the purchase price of the asset, such as the price we paid for our car. Salvage value is the estimated value of the asset at the end of its useful life. For example, after 5 years, our car is expected to have a salvage value of $1,000. Useful life refers to the number of years over which we expect to use the asset. In this case, the useful life of our car is 5 years. Period refers to the specific year during the asset's useful life for which we are calculating the depreciation. So our syntax looks like this. Firstly, select cost. Next, salvage value, life, and period. We've already calculated the depreciation for the first period, and it's $3,000. This means that for the first year, the car loses $3,000 of its value. To find the value of the car after the first year, subtract depreciation from the initial cost. And we receive value of our car as $7,000 after 1 year. Now, let's calculate the depreciation for the second period. This means that for the second year, the car loses $2,400 of its value. So, after the second year, the car is worth $4,600. This explanation shows that the depreciation amount for each year decreases over time as the asset ages. The %off function is part of Excel's latest updates, and it's designed to make calculating percentages much simpler. It's perfect for situations like finding out what portion of your sales are returns or what percentage of a total budget is spent on a specific category. The function uses this simple syntax equals %off, data subset. This is the part of the data you're analyzing, for example, the returns for a product. Data all. This is the whole data set you're comparing against, like the total sales. Let's say you're tracking returns for a product. To calculate the percentage of returns, use this formula equals %off, then select returns first, and then total sales. After calculating, the result might show as a simple whole number, like 1%, to see more precise data. Select the cell with the percentage result. Go to the Home tab and find the number section. Click on the Increase Decimal button. Click and drag the fill handle down to apply the formula to other rows. And that's it! You've learned how to use the %off function. This will make your data analysis quicker and more efficient. Period duration. This function is perfect for anyone working with finance or investment calculations, and it's super simple to use. It calculates the time required for an investment to grow to a specific value based on a constant interest rate. For this example, we have initial investment 20,000 euros, and we want to calculate how long it's gonna take to reach 100,000 with 5% annual return. Type equals P duration. Firstly, we need to select rate, which is our annual return 5%. Then we need to select present value, which is starting amount of the investment. And last, future value, that is the amount you want to achieve. In this example, it's 100,000 euros. As a result, we received the number of years it would take to reach 100,000 with 5% annual return. Exact function compares two text strings and returns true if they are exactly the same, and false if they are not. It is case sensitive. Info function provides information about the current operating environment in Excel, such as the system's directory, Excel version, or recalculation mode. Roman function converts a number into its Roman numeral representation. Convert numbers to Roman numerals for historical references or stylistic purposes. Char function returns the character associated with a specified ASCII code number. It's useful for inserting special characters into text. Code function returns the numeric ASCII code of the first character in a text string. It's useful for analyzing or comparing text based on character encoding. This function converts hexadecimal codes to decimal values. This one converts hexadecimal code's number into its binary. And last function for this video is pi. This returns the value of pi, which is useful for mathematical calculations.
Hey everyone! In this video, you'll learn amazing Excel shortcuts that will save you time, boost your efficiency, and turn you into an Excel expert. Need a fresh start? Press Ctrl+N to instantly create a new workbook. It's quick, simple, and saves you time navigating menus. Searching for an existing file? Use Ctrl+O to open the file selection menu and access your saved work in seconds. Want to ensure you never lose your progress? Hit Ctrl+S to save your work. It's a habit every Excel user should master. Ready to print your masterpiece? Just press Ctrl+P to bring up the print menu. Adjust your settings, preview your file, and print with ease. Done with a file? Use Ctrl+W to close the current workbook, but keep Excel open for other tasks. Working on multiple windows and want to close just the active one? Ctrl+F4 has got you covered. And when you're completely finished, press Alt+F4 to close Excel entirely. Made a mistake? Don't panic. Press Ctrl+Z to undo your last action instantly. Changed your mind and want to redo something? Ctrl+Y will bring it back. Need to copy data? Ctrl+C is your go-to shortcut. Select what you need, hit copy, and it's ready to paste. For moving data instead of copying, use Ctrl+X to cut it, and then place it wherever you need. Looking for more control over how you paste data? Ctrl+Alt+V opens the Paste Special dialog box, where you can choose to paste only values, formulas, formats, or even comments. Want to find something specific in a large dataset? Use Ctrl+F to open the Find dialog box. Type in your keyword, and Excel will highlight the matches instantly. Need to make changes across multiple cells? Press Ctrl+H to open the Replace dialog box. This is perfect for updating old information or correcting errors in bulk. Looking to select everything in your worksheet? Ctrl+A will do just that. Hit it once to select your current data range, and twice to grab the entire sheet. Want to work on a specific column? Press Ctrl+Space, and Excel will select the entire column of the active cell. This is great for applying formatting or functions. Similarly, if you need to work on a specific row, Shift+Space will select the entire row in one step. Ready to copy data down in a column? Use Ctrl+D to fill the data from the top cell into the ones below. It's a lifesaver for repetitive entries. For horizontal data, Ctrl+R works the same way. It fills the data from the leftmost cell across the selected range. Need to select a larger area? Ctrl+Shift+Space selects the entire column or row of the active cell. Press it again to select the entire worksheet if you're working on something big. Want more room to work? Ctrl+F1 hides or shows the ribbon at the top of Excel. Use it to declutter your workspace and focus entirely on your data. Need the ribbon back? Just press it again. Navigating your worksheet is easy with the arrow keys. Simply press any arrow key to move one cell in that direction, up, down, left, or right. It's a simple yet essential way to move around your data quickly. Need to move faster? Ctrl+arrow key takes you to the edge of a data region in the direction you press, whether it's up, down, left, or right. It's perfect for jumping across large datasets without scrolling. Lost in a big worksheet? Ctrl+Home instantly takes you back to cell A1, the very start of your worksheet. Need to find the end of your data? Control plus End jumps straight to the last cell in your worksheet that contains data or formatting. Working with multiple sheets? Control plus Page Up moves you to the previous sheet in your workbook, while Control plus Page Down jumps to the next sheet. These shortcuts make navigating between tabs quick and seamless. Navigating large worksheets? Use Page Up to move one screen up and Page Down to move one screen down. These shortcuts are ideal for quickly scrolling through long datasets without using your mouse. Navigating across cells? Press Tab to move one cell to the right in your worksheet. It's perfect for quickly entering data across a row. Shift plus Tab takes you one cell to the left. It's great for quickly navigating back through a row of data or revisiting cells you just worked on. Want to edit a cell without double-clicking? Press F2 to quickly enter edit mode for the active cell. Need to fill multiple cells with the same value? Control plus Enter lets you do it in one go. Type your data, press the shortcut, and Excel will fill all selected cells instantly. Want to add a line break within a cell? Alt plus Enter lets you do just that. While typing in a cell, press the shortcut where you want the break, and continue typing on a new line within the same cell. Need to quickly insert today's date? Control plus semicolon does it instantly. Just select a cell, press the shortcut, and Excel adds the current date. Want to add the current time? Control plus Shift plus colon inserts the exact time into the selected cell instantly. Need to delete something fast? Control plus minus lets you delete selected rows, columns, or cells instantly. Just select what you want to remove, press the shortcut, and choose your deletion option. Want to add rows or columns? Control plus Shift plus plus inserts new rows above or new columns to the left of your selection. It's quick and efficient. Need to hide rows quickly? Control plus 9 hides the selected rows from view. It's perfect for decluttering your worksheet without deleting data. Want to unhide those hidden rows? Control plus Shift plus 9 brings them back instantly. Want to hide columns? Control plus 0 quickly hides the selected columns, helping you clean up your view without removing data. Need to unhide columns? Control plus Shift plus 0 restores the hidden columns. Want to format cells quickly? Control plus 1 opens the Format Cells dialog box instantly. From here, you can adjust number formats, alignment, fonts, borders, and more, all in one place. Need bold text? Control plus B applies or removes bold formatting from the selected cells instantly. Want to emphasize text? Control plus I toggles italic formatting on or off for the selected cells. Highlight key points? Control plus U adds or removes underlining for the selected text or cells. Need to apply currency formatting? Control plus Shift plus $ formats the selected cells as currency. Want to quickly apply percentage formatting? Control plus Shift plus % converts the selected cells into percentages without decimal places. Need to sum a range instantly? Alt plus equals automatically inserts the sum function for the selected range. Need help with functions? Shift plus F3 opens the Insert Function dialog box, where you can search for and insert any Excel function with ease. It's a great way to explore functions and get assistance with their arguments. Want to quickly turn your data into a table? Control plus T converts your selected range into an Excel table, making it easier to sort, filter, and analyze data. Just select your data, press the shortcut, and Excel will prompt you to confirm the range, then enjoy the built-in table features. Need to filter your data quickly? Control plus Shift plus L applies or removes filters to your dataset instantly. Just select any cell within your data range, press the shortcut, and Excel will add drop-down filters to each column header, making it easier to sort and filter information. Want to access drop-down options quickly? Alt plus down arrow opens the drop-down list for the selected cell in a filtered column or data validation list. Need to remove duplicate values? Opens the Remove Duplicates dialog box, allowing you to easily identify and delete duplicate entries in your dataset. Want to sort your data quickly? Alt+D+S opens the Sort dialog box, allowing you to sort your data by one or multiple columns, in ascending or descending order. It's a great way to organize your data efficiently with just a few keystrokes. Want to adjust column width automatically? Alt+H+O+I auto-fits the selected columns to perfectly match the content inside. You can also auto-fit column width by double-clicking the right edge of a column header. This adjusts the column to fit the longest entry in that column instantly. Need a quick chart? Alt+F1 creates a default chart, usually a column chart, from your selected data and places it directly on the same worksheet. It's a fast way to visualize your data without navigating menus. F11 generates a default chart based on your selected data and places it on a separate worksheet.
Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you top 15 Excel shortcuts you absolutely need to know. First one's underrated but super useful. F4 repeats your last action. For instance, if you just applied a bold format or changed a cell color, pressing F4 applies the same change to the next selected cells. Second shortcut is Shift plus F11. This shortcut instantly inserts a blank sheet into your workbook without interrupting your workflow. It's perfect for when you need extra space for calculations, notes, or organizing data. Third shortcut is Alt plus F1. This command generates a default chart based on the data you've selected, placing it directly on the current worksheet. Select your data and press Alt plus F1. The Alt plus Enter shortcut is used to insert a line break within a single cell in Excel, allowing you to display text on multiple lines inside that cell. Start typing in a cell, press Alt plus Enter. You can now type on a new line within the cell. Next shortcut is Ctrl plus A. If your cursor is inside a range of data, pressing Ctrl plus A selects the entire range. If your cursor is outside any data, Ctrl A selects the entire worksheet immediately. Hover your mouse over the right edge of any column header, double-click when the cursor changes to a double-sided arrow. Excel will automatically resize all selected columns to fit the content, ensuring nothing gets cut off and no extra space is wasted. Next shortcut, Ctrl plus T. Select your data, press Ctrl plus T. A dialog box will appear asking you to confirm the range. Ensure the My Table has headers option is checked if your data includes column titles. Click OK. Your selected data is now a table with alternating row colors, filter buttons in the headers, and many built-in capabilities. Next shortcut, Ctrl plus Shift plus arrow keys. Click on the starting cell of your desired range, hold down Ctrl plus Shift. While holding these keys, press an arrow key, up, down, left, or right. Next shortcut, Ctrl plus or Ctrl minus. Need to add or remove rows or columns. Select row, and press Ctrl plus to add row. If you want to remove it, just press Ctrl and minus. Want to quickly add up numbers without manually typing formulas? Use the Alt equals shortcut to instantly insert an AutoSum function. Select the cell where you want the total, press Alt plus equals. The total is calculated and displayed in the selected cell. Select the data you want to copy. Press Ctrl plus C. Click the cell where you want to paste the copied data, and press Ctrl plus V. The copied data will be pasted into the new location. Made a mistake, or want to undo your last action? Ctrl plus Z is your safety net in Excel. Press Ctrl plus Z. Immediately undoes the last action you performed, whether it was typing, formatting, or deleting data. This shortcut is a gem for tracking dates. Ctrl plus semicolon inserts today's date directly into a cell. It's great for logging entries. Need to log the current time in your Excel worksheet? Use Ctrl+Shift+: to insert it instantly. Perfect for timestamping your data. Now combine those two shortcuts. First Ctrl+:; to insert date, and then Ctrl+Shift+: to insert time, and you get both date and time. Want to quickly zoom in or out in Excel without digging into the menus? Just use Ctrl+mouse wheel for a smooth and precise zooming experience. While holding the Control key, use the scroll wheel on your mouse. Scroll up to zoom in, and scroll down to zoom out. Need to print your worksheet? Use Ctrl+P to open the print dialog box and customize your print settings quickly. Choose the printer, select the pages to print, set the number of copies, and configure layout options like orientation and scaling. That's all for this video. If you found these shortcuts helpful and want more tips and tricks for Excel, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Hey everyone! In this video I will show you 10 super useful Excel shortcuts. The first shortcut is for turning off grid lines. Press Alt, then W, then V, and then G. If you want grid lines back, press those buttons again. The second shortcut is all about formulas. Just press Shift F3 to open the Insert Function dialog box. From here, you can search for a function, get a quick explanation, and insert it into your worksheet without hassle. For example, let's say we want to add up a range of numbers. Choose some function. Select Range of Data. Click OK and you are done. Next up, we have a shortcut that makes selecting entire columns a breeze. Just press Ctrl+space. And if you want to select an entire row instead, here's the shortcut. Press Shift+space. The fifth shortcut is Flash Fill. Start typing the first full name. Once Excel recognizes the pattern, press Ctrl+E, and Flash Fill will automatically complete the rest for you. Shortcut number 6 is a quick way to bold your text. Select your data and press Ctrl+B. Shortcut number 7 is perfect for cleaning up your data by removing duplicates. Select the range of data, press Alt, then A, then M to open the Remove Duplicates dialog box. Click OK, and Excel will remove any duplicate values from your selected range. Shortcut number 8 is for quickly sorting your data. Select your data, press Alt, then A, then S, and finally S to open the Sort dialog box. From here, you can choose how you want to sort the data. Next shortcut is for inserting symbols into your worksheet. Press Alt, then N, then U. From here, you can select any symbol you need, like the copyright symbol, degree symbol, or mathematical symbols. Next shortcut is used to quickly save your workbook. Simply press Ctrl+S. These 10 Excel shortcuts can save you a ton of time and make your workflow more efficient. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips. Thanks for watching.